Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to Sister Wives with Mary Jane K. Today, I'll be giving my commentary on Sister Wives, Season 18, Episode 12, Can't See the Forest for the Trees. The highlight of this episode was Mary finally saying, screw him, screw Cody, he's not worth it. Finally! Cody had the conversation with Mary, and hopefully now Mary sees the light. This episode, Mary had to cut down 2 huge trees in front of Lizzie's inn, and they had been there throughout the generations. When her ancestors lived there, when her ancestors were children, those trees were there growing. Mary was sad, but in the end, it wasn't as bad as she expected, cutting down those trees. And these beautiful old trees, Mary mourned those trees that existed when her ancestors were children at that inn. That permanence, that symbol was felled from the earth. And Mary thought it would be much worse than it actually was. And I think Mary will soon realize that her marriage to Cody ending will be just like those trees she had to cut down. She dreaded it, and it wasn't as bad as she thought it would be. I think Mary will let go, and in place of the ghost of a marriage that once was many, many years ago, she will have the hope, the opportunity to now find love, to allow the partner she deserves into her life. And Mary dreads letting go, but when she does it, it won't be as bad as she thought it would be, just like with the trees. When Mary lets go of Cody and the family, she will allow the opportunity for the partner she deserves. She will create a space for a new relationship in her life. Cody's a dick, and although it was extra dickish for him to have this talk on Mary's anniversary, at least Cody was clear, one-on-one with her. He never will want a relationship with her. There is no hope. And finally, Mary said, screw Cody. He's not worth it. She still doesn't know what she's going to do, but after someone has zero love or respect for you, they don't value you, they don't value your history with them, they don't value anything about you. How can staying even be a possibility that exists in one's mind? How is that enough? Just the act of staying at this point and accepting less than would be demoralizing to oneself and very unhealthy. Just like Mary can plant new trees at Lizzie's inn, Mary can make the choice to clear the path to seek a new relationship. And she has to decide that she deserves more. This episode was basically another filler episode. Nothing too remarkable happens. The episode opens with Christine setting up for her 50th birthday. Christine is dating again. She's having fun at this point. She's been to the matchmaker. And Janelle thinks that Christine has been looking for a partner, a companion. And Cody couldn't give Christine that. So now, for this part of her life, Christine wants to find someone to share it with. And Janelle gets it, and she fully supports it. We learn that Mykelti is having fraternal twins. Robin is helping Mykelti along with her morning sickness. And Cody and Robin were the first people Mykelti told about being pregnant and about having twins. Robin is honored that Mykelti confided in her and that Cody and her learned first of the pregnancy. Robin feels very honored, and she is really glad that Mykelti feels safe with her doing that. Robin and Cody are very excited for more grandbabies, and Christine says that Mykelti will have an awesome relationship with Cody and Robin for the rest of her life. And Christine knows there are going to be things that Mykelti will tell Robin and Cody first, and there will be things that she tells her mom first. And Christine feels it doesn't matter how she personally feels towards Robin or Cody. Christine says that has no place here. This is Mykelti's story. This is Mykelti's life. And how Christine feels about that has nothing to do with it. Mykelti is going to be telling Janelle and her grandma that she is pregnant with twins at the party. They don't know yet. Christine and Janelle always want more grandkids. And Janelle was very excited to be at Christine's house in Utah to see her new life and to celebrate her 50th birthday with her. Janelle herself is 53. Christine was surprised that Janelle came all dressed up, as did Savannah and Garrison and Gabriel. They all showed up for Christine. And Christine's mom came too, of course. Christine has an amazing full life in Utah, and she says her life is beautiful, and it shows. She's glowing. And of course, we know Christine found her fairy tale ending in Utah. She found the love of her life, David, there, and they're married now. Christine remembers that when they still lived in Flagstaff, they decriminalized plural marriage in Utah. And immediately when Christine found out that plural marriage was decriminalized, she was instantly excited to move back to Utah. They flash back to Christine pitching to the group about wanting to move back home to Utah. And Christine wonders if they would have moved back home like she wanted, what the family would have looked like now. And she wonders where the family would have settled or if she would have stayed with Cody. Christine honestly thinks that it would have just prolonged her leaving Cody. In the end, she would have left. Cody doesn't think where the family lived, whether it be in Flagstaff or Vegas or in Utah, would have made a difference on the family at all and what has happened in the family. Sometimes Robin does think back on the decisions they made in the past, and she wonders maybe if they hadn't moved to Flagstaff, or maybe if they had moved back to Utah when Christine wanted to move, maybe if they built faster out on the property. Robin wonders if the family then would still be together if they did things differently. Janelle says the writing was already on the wall, and COVID drew some big wedges in their family relationships. Janelle says Cody's preference for Robin became even more pronounced during the pandemic when they were in Flagstaff. Janelle doesn't think moving to Utah as a family would have changed anything. She doesn't think it would have made any difference at all. She says they just would have been living in Utah, but in the same situation. Janelle isn't one to wear her heart on her sleeve. But this episode, we see tears from Janelle when McKelty announced she was having twins to the family. Janelle definitely shed some tears. It was really sweet to see. McKelty says that Janelle's reaction was sweet and she will be a grandma to the twins as well. Tony points out how extra special that is because Janelle doesn't cry a lot. Now Janelle is saying she does want to consider moving to Utah after hearing this news about McKelty. Janelle says Christine's birthday feels like a big declaration of independence for this new life that Christine has got. Robin complains that she and Cody and her kids weren't invited to Christine's 50th birthday party. Robin says it's hard for her and her kids when they find out that the family is gathering and they're doing things without them. Robin says it stings when they find that out. Christine thinks that it would be great to have Robin's kids there because they should see their siblings, and she says Isabel would love that. But this gathering, her 50th birthday, isn't a place for a family reunion or anything like that. Christine is divorced from Cody and she left him. Why the fuck would she ever invite Cody, who resents her, or his wife to her 50th birthday party with their kids? I doubt Christine would mind getting all the siblings together, getting all the kids together, getting the whole family together. But why should the time and place be her 50th birthday party? It shouldn't really sting for Robin and her kids if they aren't invited to a personal event for a divorced ex-wife. And Christine invited the people she loves, who she wants to be around, who love her. For Robin to be upset that her and her kids and Cody, her ex-husband, weren't invited, that's ridiculous. Last episode, Christine was mentioning being open to a family reunion for the sake of reuniting all the kids and for the family getting together. And Robin decreed that she wouldn't feel comfortable with that unless all the issues were solved first. She imposed a hoop to jump through. And Cody said he wanted to never be around Christine at all. He wanted nothing to do with her. He wouldn't go to a reunion with her. So we have the wife who left, who is divorced now, saying she would be happy to do a family reunion. But of course, her birthday wasn't the time and place. And Robin was opposed to doing that without putting a hoop that Christine had to jump through first and the kids had to jump through first. And Cody isn't interested in doing it at all because he doesn't want to be around Christine. Yet Cody and Robin and the kids were so hurt, and it stings that they weren't invited to this event that they know they wouldn't go to anyway. It's all bullshit. Last episode, Christine said she was more than willing to get together with the whole family in the appropriate time and place. Robin and Cody were both opposed to a family reunion. And now Robin and the kids, oh, they're so hurt that the family got together without them. This is utter bullshit. Is Robin going to go out of her way to invite Janelle's kids next year to her birthday or to their Christmas so they don't feel left out? Christine wished this birthday to be in a romantic relationship. And we all know that her wish came true, and she is remarried now to a real man, to her Prince Charming. Her dream totally came to fruition. Christine had 2 cakes this birthday, both chocolate, one boozy cake, one sober. Janelle and Christine both had the boozy cake. Christine wanted to have a good time at her party. She definitely had the cake with the booze in it, but she tried both cakes. It's her birthday. The girl can eat all the cake she wants. She can have all the liquor she wants. She should live it up. Janelle says this is the easiest party she has ever been to. There were no politics. There was no waiting on somebody to come because they were late to the party. It's easy for Janelle to be there with Christine and with the kids. Christine says the party was a success and they are a family. She and Janelle and their kids are a family and they're going to stick together no matter what. And it means a lot to Christine that they are here at her birthday with her. Mary mentions that Cody responded how she thought he would about her moving her business to Parowan and spending more time there. He really didn't care. Mary is renovating her carriage house. Blair is Mary's friend. He's an interior designer. So Mary is hiring him to do this job for her. He's coming to show her the plans. And Jen is Mary's best friend. And she has talked Mary through all of the questions and options and ideas. And Jen is indispensable to Mary. Mary needs Jen to be involved in the process. Mary knows that she wants an industrial steampunk theme. She loves the gears with the brick and the wood. She loves that look. Blair knows that Mary is in a plural family, and it really doesn't faze him. Blair says Mary is no different than any of his other close friends. Mary has a heart of gold. She's a great lady. Mary has known Blair and his husband for 4 or 5 years now. Mary met them online initially. They then met in person, and they have been cautiously talking because there are so many people who put themselves out there as being somebody other than they actually are on the internet. So Mary explains you have to be very careful with people that you meet online. She explains that she was catfished years ago with a big fat liar. And Mary says that story was so blown out of proportion and so much crap was made up about it. Mary has a hard time talking about it because everybody has their opinions about it. And Mary knows her own truth and she stands firm in that. Mary says even within her family, people in her family have their opinions about it, but she knows her truth. Mary still talks to people online for business a lot. But one of her prerequisites now is that she does a video chat with them because she wants to make sure the person she is talking to is legit, that they are who they say they are. Mary's business is mostly online, but she wants the option to also bring people into the space so that they can actually shop there. So Mary wants to have a fitting room and she wants racks to hang the clothes on. Robin knows Jen, Mary's best friend, from when they used to live in Vegas, and Robin says she wishes that she and Mary could be more light like Mary and Jen are with each other, but Robin knows the role that they have with each other is consoling each other and helping each other through that trauma that they have gone through with everything. And Robin says she isn't jealous, but she also wants more in her relationship with Mary. If Robin isn't jealous, why did the word jealous even come out of her mouth at all? I think Robin is jealous, and she knows Mary and Jen are closer than she and Mary ever were. And she knows Jen actually is a real friend to Mary. Jen gets Mary. They're able to laugh together. I think Robin knows that Jen actually is a real friend to Mary. Jen reciprocates. Jen is actually invested in the friendship with Mary. Jen cares about Mary's well-being. She's invested in Mary having a good life and having a good friendship with Mary. She wants Mary to be happy. She wants Mary to be fulfilled. She cares about Mary's best interests. She reciprocates. She's invested in that friendship with Mary, while Robin knows that she uses Mary as her emotional support person to use and to help her get through things in the family. Mary gravitates to Jen because it's genuine, because it's easy. And Robin knows ultimately that Mary prefers Jen. And Jen is such a good friend. And that good, loyal friend that Jen is to Mary might demonstrate to Mary how poor a friend Robin actually is to her. So now Robin is saying she wants more with Mary because she doesn't want to get ditched all alone. And she has no one else in the family to interrogate about the history of the family. She has no one else in the family to commiserate with as her emotional support person. Robin didn't seem to want more with Mary during the Rona when she left Mary alone for over a year, refusing to invite her over, even when the coast was clear and she knew Mary was a safe person to allow in. She also didn't seem to want to be closer to Mary when she failed to even call her for Easter, knowing Mary was around. She was local. She was in Flagstaff. She was just kicking it alone at her home, hoping for a call, hoping for an invite. But now Robin wishes she had more with Mary. Mary explains that Jen is completely invested in this project, and Mary is really glad that she can share this fun experience with Jen. Mary doesn't think that anybody in the family knows about this project, and Mary wants to share the exciting things in her life with the people who are as excited for her in those things as she is. So Mary has kept this project close to her, and she has only shared it with the people who really care about her. Some of the kids in the family know, but other than that, nobody else in the family even knows about it. I wonder if Robin knows. Janelle moved into a new apartment, and Cody is coming to see this new apartment. Cody doesn't know how to define their relationship, but he feels pathetically that Janelle commonly rejects him. She doesn't want to reconcile. And Janelle thinks if Cody was dying to get back with her, he would have called a counselor like he suggested he wanted to do. He would be actively pursuing that. But there is no communication. There are no conversations at all about that. Cody says that neither of them are that interested, but he is trying to be interested in reconciliation. He is trying to talk about reconciliation. Cody can't tell if the reason he is being shy about it is because Janelle is constantly saying she doesn't want to reconcile with him, or if maybe he is just happy about her not wanting to reconcile. Cody suggested that he and Janelle go out next week to talk about things. Cody wants to ask her again to reconcile, and I hope again, and I think again, she'll tell him no. Cody comes to Janelle's apartment. It's very awkward. And Janelle explains that Cody has been making an effort with Savannah. He takes her out to dinner every couple of weeks, and he is seeing Savannah now more frequently than he was at the beginning of the year. Janelle says, this has been a very nice space because Cody has never been there in this space. So this apartment, it feels like her space. And Janelle loves the new apartment. She says it's better than anything she has had in Flagstaff so far, and she liked having this apartment as just hers, as her sanctuary. Cody says his relationship with Savannah is sweet and gentle. That's how he defines it. Really? It's sweet and gentle, but he didn't even call her on Christmas? Is that how Savannah feels about it, though, that it's sweet and gentle? Is that how she would define her relationship with her father? Because a few episodes ago, Savannah was saying that she was angry. She doesn't recognize the man her father is anymore, that he's different now all of a sudden. And now, because Cody shows up once every few weeks to take his daughter to dinner, he thinks things are fixed, everything's perfect. What a fucking joke. Cody, we learn, hasn't been in touch with Gabe and Garrison for quite a while. And Cody says he's pretty sad that he isn't close anymore. Cody says there was just so many things in their lives, things that they did that were rich together, special experiences they had. Cody hopes that in time they will just get over this and they will be safe again. They will be safe being back around each other. But right now, there isn't any door open. Not with Gabe and not with Garrison, and they aren't willing to engage him. The door is bolted shut because Cody burned the bridge. The kids aren't willing to engage him because he repeatedly hurts them, disappoints them, neglects them, disregards them, and is incredibly disrespectful of their mother as well. And they don't appreciate that. So instead of being hurt, turn this cheek, turn that cheek, turn this cheek, turn that cheek. They just stop dealing with him. They're not a glutton for punishment. They're not going to accept bullshit. Why should they? Every time they deal with Cody, it's inevitably a disappointment. You would have to be a glutton for punishment to even consider opening that door. Janelle suggests that maybe Cody can help her hang some pictures. Cody wonders how weird that is. He wonders if maybe that's just a test. Janelle asking him to help hang pictures. Cody says he was married to 4 women, so everything is a test. Pick me, pick me. Do something for me, do something for me. That's what plural marriage can feel like sometimes, Cody says for the husband. How does Cody think his wives felt? Cody says that he likes this apartment better. It's just dawning on him now that maybe the whole reason Janelle moved here to this new apartment was that the other apartment was their place. He was living there with her, and she moved here, and it doesn't look like he will be living here with her. Cody says it's Janelle's apartment. It's not their apartment. There is no room for him. It's not about he with her. Cody honestly doesn't even know why Janelle is showing him the apartment other than that their daughter lives there. Isn't he the one who wanted to see the place? We learn this episode that Mary isn't a flat earther. Thank the universe. She knows the earth is round, and Mary says she doesn't like spheres. She doesn't like round things. She doesn't like circles. They take up too much space. They flash back to Mary being very picky and detail-oriented in Vegas when she was building her home. And Mary reminds us we all saw how she was when she was building her home in Vegas. Cody says Mary really wants to be in charge of where things are placed, and she wants to be in charge of everything. Cody admits Mary is a control freak. Mary says the cool thing about doing this project in the carriage house at the inn is it's all hers. She doesn't have to worry about what Cody thinks. She doesn't have to consider what Cody likes. Mary admits she hasn't had to worry for a really long time. Cody has totally distanced himself from her and from their relationship, but Mary says this project, it gets to be her project, and Mary loves that. Mary admits that she has always been very well aware that she is a control freak. She knows that. She just wants to be in charge, and she wants it her way. And Mary says that comes from a place of self-protection. She needed to take care of herself because nobody else was going to. And Mary knows that's something she needs to let go of a little bit. Mary had a good day with Blair and with Jen designing the carriage house. She is very excited about the project. Back to Cody and Janelle. Cody doesn't know why Janelle switched apartments. If Janelle told Cody why she moved, he forgot already because he doesn't know why she moved off the top of his head. He couldn't tell you. Janelle says right now her house plans that she has drawn up for what she wants the casita to build on Coyote Pass, it's 1,200 square feet. So this apartment she lives in now is a little bit bigger than that. Cody doesn't want to do a casita over a garage. If they are building something bigger anyway, he says they might as well have the space. They might as well build the bigger house. Cody says they, as if he and Janelle are building this together, they can either build the casita or they can build the main house and do the casita later. And Cody wonders now that Janelle has this apartment, maybe he says Janelle wants to just build the main house first instead of the casita. And Janelle says Cody isn't putting any money up for the house that she is building. She's paying for it herself, so she doesn't understand this we thing of we should do this. She says she is the one doing the financing. She thinks it's a throwback for Cody to when they really did consider all the family stuff belonging to the whole family, having to discuss it all as a group. But that really doesn't apply anymore, Janelle says. Cody tells Janelle we could build a house, a 1,500 or a 2,000 square foot house with a garage if she wanted, instead of just rushing building the casita over a garage. Cody says the point he is trying to make with Janelle is he thinks it's a waste that the one house Janelle ever has out there on the land would just be a casita. It would be a garage with a casita over it. And Cody feels 1,200 square feet, a small home on a full 2 acres, that seems like what's the point? He says it just doesn't work for him. He doesn't get it. Cody says it's not up to him anymore, but he just has opinions. Janelle doesn't know yet what she wants to do, but it's going to be her choice. She's the one paying for it. She knows they still have to pay off the land this year, and she mentions that to Cody. Janelle says right now she is still seriously considering building on the property because it represents pretty much her entire estate. It's what she has to show for all of these years. And the reality is she doesn't know if Cody will ever get his poop in a group and build out there. Janelle says maybe they build, maybe they don't. But guess what? There is such a thing as really good high fences, and they can put those between their properties so that she doesn't even have to interact with Cody and Robin. Janelle is going to work on going through the storage units to fit in this apartment space she has, since if she builds, the home will be about the size of this apartment anyway. So she wants to get organized. She wants to get rid of all her extra stuff in storage, anything that won't fit in this size of a space. Janelle doesn't see Cody in the equation anymore at this point. She really just doesn't. She's over Cody. Janelle says this whole situation has been really awkward with Cody in her new apartment. So now it's really radio silence. They've really run out of the superficial things to talk about. Now it's very awkward with Cody there. Cody complains that the countertops are different colors in the kitchen. The island is one color and the rest of the counter space is a different color. Janelle never even noticed it. Cody felt very awkward. He didn't know what else to say. He says he isn't even welcome here in Janelle's apartment, and that's why it's so awkward. It's so weird. It's very awkward. And Savannah knows how awkward it is, so she's trying to make it less weird. And Savannah mentions that in this place, the sink is deeper to fill the dead air. They can fit more dishes there because the other place had a really shallow sink. Janelle is laughing at this, and she's saying that all of them were just trying to fill the space, and Savannah really tried. Cody looked at this apartment like it was obvious to him he was never going to live in it. And Cody wondered, why am I talking about a deep sink? He feels who cares because he knows he will never do the dishes in there. Cody admits he feels like he's living this double life. He's sure other polygamists have felt this way, but he feels like he's living a double life as a polygamist. He didn't have this experience in plural marriage before until now, but he says he has a whole life outside of Savannah and Janelle. But whenever he is with Savannah and Janelle, he doesn't talk about any of his other life. And because that other life with Robin and her kids consumes most of his time and most of his life, he really doesn't have anything to talk about with Janelle and with Savannah. Janelle says Cody came over and it went better than expected. It was his first time over at her house since they had that big fight in her old apartment. And Janelle says there are echoes of that still in her mind. But there were no fireworks, there were no crosswords this time. They were all friendly and it went well. It went better than Janelle had hoped for. Cody still wants to reconcile, and he reveals that he asked Janelle once why they can't reconcile. And Janelle told Cody she wasn't sure what his relationship was with Mary and Robin, but she herself wasn't interested in being involved with those people. Cody says that's sad because that's the deal they made about plural marriage. Really? Really? What about the deal Cody made, the promise Cody made to each wife that he would be fair and equal across the board as a plural husband? that he would be equally invested in each relationship and spend fair and equal time with each household, be equally invested with each household. What happened to that part of the deal Cody made with his wives when he married them? Cody didn't keep his end of the deal. That's sad. Janelle explains that if she and Cody are not together, she doesn't know why she would nurture a relationship with Robin or a relationship with Mary, because there isn't a lot in common between them. She really doesn't know why she would do that. To Janelle, it feels like something Cody would use to excuse his bad behavior. Cody makes excuses to justify his absence, like asking, "Why would I want to get back together with you? It's your fault. You're a bad sister wife," saying that to Janelle. It's all about Robin, since Cody no longer has a relationship with Mary, obviously. And Janelle says Cody has never come to her and said, "I love you, I miss you, I want us to get back together." It's always about, don't you want to get the family back together so that his life can run smoothly again? And Janelle is done with that. She really is. See, Janelle knows Cody uses the excuse that Janelle is a bad sister wife as an excuse not to want to reconcile with her, making that a condition of their reconciliation. And Janelle knows Cody uses the excuse that Janelle doesn't want deeper relationships with Robin or with Mary as an excuse to justify his lack of participation and investment in their marriage. Cody doesn't want to reconcile either, but he blames Janelle, accusing her that she will be a bad sister wife. And Janelle feels her relationship with Cody is done. So why would she then try to deepen relationships with people she has nothing in common with? Janelle knows Cody doesn't really want to get back together out of love for her. It's all selfish. It's all about Cody. It's all about how if she reconciles with him, then Cody can get the family back together, so he thinks, so that things are more convenient, so things run smoother for him, so his optics look better. This is not about Cody wanting to be with Janelle, missing her, loving her. It's about Cody wanting her back so he can get some of his family back, so he thinks. It's a means to an end. Cody doesn't actually love Janelle. He wants to use her, and when she won't reconcile, he wants to blame her because she is not giving as much deference to Robin as Robin would like from her. So he can blame that she was a bad sister wife. Janelle sees through the bullshit and Cody's ego and his toxic, selfish behavior, and she isn't down to take anymore. No woman who respects and loves herself would take that bullshit. Cody only wants to reconcile to try and get some of his family back. It's not about Janelle or loving Janelle or missing Janelle or their marriage, and Janelle knows that. Cody wants to do this for selfish reasons, for financial reasons, for optics. He wants to do this because he thinks it'll be more convenient for him and that he might possibly win some of his kids back, and then maybe Robin will stop nagging him. This is about Cody and his convenience and his selfish wants. This has nothing to do with loving Janelle or respecting her or valuing her as his wife, as the mother of his kids, as a human being who is equal to him. Janelle knows that, and Janelle knows Cody wants to reconcile for the wrong reasons, for his convenience, for his ego, for financial reasons. Cody says it's sad, but it's unwound now, and he can't get the puzzle pieces back together. Cody is going to ask Janelle again next week if they might be able to reconcile. And again, the answer will be no. Cody says it's painful every time, and he wonders if maybe he should get more serious about it. But every time, Janelle says nope, she doesn't want to reconcile. You know how Cody is absolutely sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he can't ever be in any type of a relationship with Mary. And he is absolutely certain of that. Never will their relationship ever be anything than what it is now. And he is sure of that. He is absolutely certain he will never want Mary to be in his life again in any type of capacity other than an acquaintance. That's exactly how Janelle feels about Cody. And there is nothing Cody can try to do. There is nothing Cody can try to change how Janelle feels. This man asked her to choose her loyalties, him or the kids. This man told her it was a patriarchy now. She had to submit. This man told her she needed to be more loyal, like Robin, the wife who manages the fuck out of him, who isn't loyal to anyone but herself. When Janelle was actually beyond loyal to Cody, serving as the primary breadwinner for the whole family for years. Janelle proved her sacrifice. She proved her loyalty to Cody and his whole family for years. Cody didn't appreciate it. Cody asked Janelle to evict her sons during a worldwide pandemic. He asked Janelle to change herself for their marriage to be able to work. Janelle is done. Cody can take Janelle to all the restaurants in Paris if he wants. I doubt it would change a thing. Janelle knows how Cody operates. She knows Cody operates off of ego. She knows he's selfish, and his life will always revolve around Robin, and she knows he picks Robin and her kids over the rest of the family, and he always will. Janelle will never be down to reconcile. She can't love a guy who doesn't respect her and her kids, a man who doesn't treat her as his equal, a man who doesn't see her years of sacrifice to feed and clothe and house his tribe of wives and kids. Something Cody could never achieve without Janelle. The only reason Cody wants Janelle around is to appease Robin, to save face, and so maybe some of the kids might talk to him again, he thinks. He still doesn't get the negative effects of his abusive, toxic behavior, and that's sad. He also doesn't want to lose his money tree, in my opinion. Cody doesn't love Janelle. He said as much during a tell-all a couple seasons ago. He doesn't love Janelle, and he definitely doesn't miss her. He wants her back, in my opinion, because he thinks it's more convenient for him to mend relationships with his kids, and also for the financial aspects of it. Mary explains how the last couple of months have just been her doing a lot of processing and thinking, trying to figure things out. Cody told Mary he was never going to have a relationship with her again, and he told her in plain English not to have hope for it because it's never going to happen. Mary doesn't know what she's going to do. She's headed back down to Parowan to get some trees cut down. Mary loves trees. They flash back to the in the trees, out of the trees conversation she and Cody had. Mary wonders how long those trees in front of Lizzie's Heritage Inn have grown. They're huge trees, and Mary imagines the trees were there when Lizzie, her grandma's mother, lived there at the inn as a child. And Mary feels the thought of tearing something down that was there when her grandma was a kid, it's really sad. Mary feels being at the B&B in Parowan, that has become her safe space right now. She and Cody had a conversation on their anniversary of all days. Mary called him and she said, "Happy anniversary." And she suggested they hang out since it's their anniversary. And Cody told her he was busy. He was watching Saul and Ari. So he had to ask Robin permission if it was okay for him to go out with Mary. He had to see if Robin had plans first before he agreed to do something with Mary on her anniversary. Mary thought it was very weird. Mary talked to Robin about it later, and she told Robin that Cody said that, and Robin said Cody is so dumb because she wouldn't make plans on that day when it was Cody's anniversary with Mary. Cody wondered why Mary even called to say happy anniversary. He asked her, "Mary, you know that we're never going to have a relationship again, right?" When she called him. Mary told Cody she was okay with it as long as they were working on something, as long as they were eventually going to work on it. And Cody let Mary know he doesn't ever want to go back to what they had. He doesn't ever want to go back to what they were. And Mary told Cody she was good with that. She doesn't believe in moving backwards. She said, let's move forward. And she told Cody she was a different person. He was a different person than when they were married first. They don't even know who each other is anymore. So she wanted for them to be curious about each other and to again learn about each other. And she wanted to maybe figure some things out with Cody. And Cody told Mary he didn't want to. Her life was not one that he wanted to ever insert himself in. It's been a couple of months since that conversation, and she thinks about it often. She doesn't want to think about it, but she says they haven't had any sort of marriage for 8 years. And she says it's disappointing to her because she knows the person Cody was when they got married. She knows the couple they were. Christine remembers the couple they were. Christine was 18 when she met Cody and Mary. And she says they were so cute. Everybody wanted to be around them. They were the it couple back then. Christine says Cody was so charming and he was so sweet with Mary. That's why she herself became interested in Cody, because of how well Cody treated Mary. Christine saw that and she thought, yeah, sign me up for that. Janelle says when you come into a family as a plural wife, you're looking to see how the relationships that came before you are faring, because you aren't going to come into a relationship if a man can't manage his family already. And she wonders, why would you sign up for that if you see trouble on the horizon? That's all kinds of danger signs. But when Janelle entered the family, Cody and Mary were very much in love. They were attached. They were connected. They did things together. They were always together. They were a couple for sure. Mary is very proud of herself and the person she is today. And Mary says that it's sad to her that Cody couldn't see that there is value to 3 decades of history between them. Mary doesn't know what's going to happen. She doesn't know what the future looks like. She doesn't know if she's going to stick around and keep living life in this family like she has been doing for quite a few years. Not really as a wife, but as a member of the family. Mary says she could do that, or she could completely terminate it, or she could just stay in Flagstaff and keep doing what she is doing, kind of hoping. But Cody has now made it clear that there is no point to hope, so Mary just doesn't know what she's going to do. They flash back to Cody telling Mary that there is a real lack of interest for him to reconcile with her, and Mary says the lack of real interest isn't on her part. Mary tells us, screw Cody, he's not worth it. Mary says it's scary to think about it because it's not what she wanted. She didn't want Cody to go to her and tell her he doesn't ever want to have a relationship with her again. Mary says she also didn't want the trees to come down at the B&B, and yet here we are. Mary says now that the trees are down, it's not as bad as she expected it to be. It's really not. It's weird. She wasn't expecting it to be this okay. It's not what she feared, and it's not as bad as she thought it was going to be. Just like these trees not being as bad as she expected, when Mary finally leaves Cody and terminates it, it won't be as bad as she thought it would be. And Mary will actually be free to find love, just like Christine did. And the longer Mary wastes in limbo, the longer she delays the opportunity to find her own happiness and seek what she deserves, the longer she wastes being unfulfilled. Mary isn't perfect. No one is. But one thing about Mary is, if you're in her heart, she is loyal to you to the bitter end, even when the person in her heart isn't deserving of that loyalty and doesn't reciprocate that loyalty back. Mary is very loyal and she has a lot of love to give. And somewhere in this sea of people on this planet is someone who will be as loyal to Mary as she is to them, who will give her back all the loyalty and love she has to offer them, who will love her as she is, who will see her worth and her value. All Mary has to do is open herself up to it, knowing she deserves what Cody is incapable of giving her. That is it for this episode. I'll be back next week with the next episode of Sister Wives. Thanks for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye.